What is up, guys? It is Robert of Movies with Me, and welcome to the A Wrinkle in Time movie review. This movie is directed by Ava DuVernay, and it stars Oprah Winfrey, Storm Reed, Reese Witherspoon, Mindy Kaling, Levi Miller. There's a lot of people in this movie. Chris Pine. There's a lot of people. And this movie, I wasn't anticipating, but I looked at it and I'm like, it looks visually cool, and maybe they could do something because the Disney book to movie adaptations or these live action Disney movies have been pretty solid. I liked Pete's Dragon. I really enjoyed. I thought the Jungle Book was great. Beauty and the Beast was great. A Wrinkle in Time is not good. It really isn't. It's not even okay. It's just an all right movie. Sadly, this movie does not. I just don't think it knows what it is. I've never read this book, to be honest. Like, I've never read it. I'm not a book reader. I'm a movie watcher. And so watching this as a movie, I did not care for it. A lot of these characters, a lot of these story elements, these plots, these worlds were cool to look at, but you didn't care what was going on in these worlds. It still felt empty, everything. And unfortunately, it just doesn't work in this movie. I feel like it's super convoluted, this movie. There's so much times where you're just like, trying to wrap your head around something that is while basic, it's also, I think, trying to be more than it's trying to be, and it just doesn't work. I feel like there's so often where also the dialogue can be kind of bad at times. Some character resolutions are not good, and it's just a shame because, it's obviously, it was shot very well. A lot of hard work was put into the CG, but especially the CG, there's a lot of times where you're kind of like, yeah, that's CG, and it doesn't look good. There was especially one part where I'm like, whoa, that looks pretty rad. But there are other parts where it looks really solid, and it's kind of fun, but just kind of. The performances are solid by the kids. Honestly, the kids are like the shining aspects of this movie, because when you see these like people that are like the gods, I guess you could say, like Oprah Winfrey and stuff, they're so. I didn't care for him. I didn't care for any of those. How quirky and stuff they were. I couldn't give two shits. I really couldn't. They weren't entertaining. They weren't interesting. Oprah Winfrey has this one good monologue that I was like, all right, that's pretty damn solid. I totally agree, man. I think that was pretty cool what she said. But other than that, they're all pretty worthless to me. And so when half of your movies is based on these people and you just don't care about their background and kind of stuff like that, it sucks. The whole thing is that this girl is trying to get her father back because her father has been disappeared, which is Chris Pine, for 4 years. And so she's like, well, I think he's still out there. And then all of a sudden, a lot of things happen because they keep calling George Wallace. They kept calling him, this is her brother, George Wallace. And they always go by the full name. That's such a pet peeve for me. Why are you saying George Wallace? The whole thing, George Wallace. Like, really, you really got to say his whole fucking name? George Wallace? It's a mouthful, man. But regardless, that's not really a negative in the movie. It's just like, in my opinion, why would you say the whole name? But regardless, everything in this movie surrounding it is really just a very average movie, sadly. It doesn't flow well at all, and it feels like there's just a lot of things just clashing into each other. The pacing, the CG, the actual dialogue, the story, it just does not work for me for A Wrinkle in Time. Sadly, I was trying to be entertained, and I just wasn't all the way. It's not a bad movie, but it's one that you kind of sit through and you're like, damn, man, what could have been probably a pretty damn cool movie ends up being just your average movie that is going to pass by and no one's going to remember. So A Wrinkle in Time, I'm going to give a 5 out of 10. Like I said, it's all right. It's really not a good movie, and I don't really recommend checking it out. Watch Black Panther, watch Annihilation. There's a lot more other movies in this that you could watch, especially if you're trying to bring your kids as a family movie. Go watch Paddington 2 when it comes out on Blu-ray. But yeah, guys, I didn't think it was a good movie. Let me know down in the comments below. Did you like A Wrinkle in Time? Let me know. I don't know. I didn't care for it. So yeah, guys, I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.